Today, we're going to talk about your mindset, unlocking the key to problem solving. Hello again, everybody. Eli's dad here, and welcome back to Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. Please listen along as I mentor my number one son in the lesson about solving problems. Now, problem solving, Eli, is like unlocking a combination lock. In fact, you stop and think about it, nothing actually gets created. All the matter that ever will be on our planet is already here. What we call creation is putting the elements that are already here in their proper order. Now, if I were to give you the numbers that open a combination lock, it's essential that you have the proper order of the numbers and the correct way to spin the dial to be a success. You can't just ask for the numbers in any order. The key to unlocking life's problems is asking the right questions. First things first, delete the word problem from your vocabulary. Insert the words unsolved opportunity in its place. Now that changes your mindset, doesn't it? Step 2, change your paradigm. Changing your paradigm allows you to ask the right questions. Why is this critical? Because if you look at an unsolved opportunity from the same perspective that created the issue, you're lost in the woods and seeking your way home by moving in the same circle. In this practice will help you become knighted as circumference. May I give you an example? Mom taught me that silence means consent, so here goes. Years ago, as an independent contractor for various sales organizations, I was fortunate to be one of the top sales producers. Frequently, when there was a company-wide meeting, I was asked to speak and tell all my secrets and how I did it. Now, the first time I spoke, my preaching centered on practice, practice, practice. It was more like yawn, yawn, yawn. The speech was followed by the question and answer section. Now, I learned more in the Q&A than anyone in the audience. There were a couple of basic questions, and then somebody raised their hand and gave me a sales scenario and said, "How would you have closed that client?" Now that started a barrage of people giving sales scenarios and asking me how I would close on the various objections that befuddled them. I answered the best that I could, and people were virtually stalking me with scenarios throughout the convention. Now, upon taking my seat on the plane ride home, I began to reflect on my first big speech and the experience as a whole. I fell asleep, as I'm sure many in the audience did, but when I woke up, a solution came to me. Armed with that solution, my speeches became more relevant and valuable from that point forward. Solution: the audience were all asking the wrong question. They had the wrong mindset. The right question is, what is it that you do that we don't do to get all of those sales? Now, when I gave my next speech, I explained to the audience that there were 3 types of prospects. The first prospect will buy from you no matter what. We call that prospect a dog with a note. That means that if you send a dog with a note to the prospect and the prospect read the note, the fit was so good that the dog would return to you with the application signed and a check made out to the company. That's a laydown. The second type of prospect will not buy from you no matter what. We call that one, not even if you were the second coming. And the third type of prospect is the one that may or may not be closed, also known as the one on the fence. Now, I explained to my listeners that the key is to get in front of as many prospects as possible. Well, duh! The more prospects you present to, I hate the word pitch, the more dog with a note prospects you'll find. Now, batting average is relevant in baseball. At bats is relevant in sales. Additionally, the more at bats that you get, the more familiar you get with what the client is throwing to you objection-wise, because people aren't all that creative. There's only so many objections that you can hear before they become repetitive. Now, I explained to them that the difference between my results and their results was that I had more people reject me than they had presentations made. That is, it's a numbers game. Let me help you with another appropriate question I told the audience. What is the secret to having multiple at-bats? Now that's a new paradigm question. The secret, I explained, is to get referrals from everybody. Then I taught them how to get referrals, when to call in their referrals, and what to say to their referrals. And I urged them to either record my referrals presentation or to transcribe my script word for word. I gave them in my speech the answers to the right questions. Now, one of the unsolved opportunities, Eli, of being a mentee, a student, is that you don't know what you don't know. Now, whenever I ask an expert for help, I always ask, is there anything else that I should have asked you that I was too dumb to ask? In other words, am I looking at things with the correct mindset? 2 key points. First, change your paradigm. The same thinking that got you lost in the woods will keep you lost in the woods. So get yourself a new compass. Second, review the questions that you're asking yourself. Make sure that they are relevant to the solution that you're seeking. Having the correct mindset is paramount to success. Now, next time we get together, we're going to focus on how to utilize intuitive thought. I'll be the distributor of stolen property as we discuss The Magic of Belief by Claude Bristol. And ensure that you don't miss that, please subscribe and please ring the bell. And if you have some friends that you like, share with them this video. And if you have some people that you don't like, share with them this video. Works for me both ways. And for those of you that are serious, I've included in the description box below a humorous example of how to speak with people in their own language that they'll understand. Trust me, you'll like it. Our thought for today, clarity is essential. You see, most people do this and do that and do this and do that, and then when they look down, all they see is a pile of doo-doo. Stop looking for something to do and start looking for something to become. And because we never end a meeting on a philosophical note, we always get out there and charge. I'm Eli's dad.